I'm Dr. Summer. Today's road trip, we are going on the set of the film called Searching, and we are at the RISE convention. This is wonderful. Today we're talking about online security for children and how to keep children safe on the internet. They made a really great film about it. The person that wrote the film, he used to work at Google, so you know it's going to be good. Thanks.
Okay. All right.
And we are here at RISE, which is Asia's largest tech conference.
We're backstage at RISE Center Stage.
Head to the stage.
And we're gonna head to the stage.
So we are partnering with TechCrunch's Global Hackathon for anyone to create a tool to help protect minors online in some either minor or a major way.
Yeah! That's cool. Thank you. So we just went on stage in front of a healthy 1,000, I don't know, a few people up there and talked a little bit about the technology aspect of our movie.
It was cool bringing it to Hong Kong.
We're excited. It's a cool crowd to be around and talk about our movie. Searching is a very classic thriller told in an extremely unconventional way.
Dude, we've been to so many film festival conferences, film gatherings, never been to a tech conference. This is easily the coolest place I have ever been to. I feel like we just saw the future.
Bit of Hollywood glamour right now. So up next, we welcome the cast and producers of the movie Searching. It's coming to your screens really, really soon. In Searching, a father tries to find his missing daughter Margot before the crucial first 48 hours are up. But to track down his teenage daughter, Father David must go searching through her social media accounts. In Searching, tech is both the heart of the problem and the tool used to reunite father and daughter. Some of the world's most exciting technological advances have had unintended consequences on vulnerable minors, making cybersecurity a big concern for the modern parent. So, please welcome to the stage Alex Holmes of the Diana Award, with the cast and producers of Searching, Natalie Kasabian, Michelle La, Savo Hanyan, Anish Chaganti, and John Cho.
Perfect.
Whoa. Fantastic. Well, thank you for joining me. What an important topic this is, particularly, I know, something that RISE puts at the heart of a lot of their agendas, that idea that technology has to be responsible. And we've got a fantastic panel today, an opportunity to discuss some of those great opportunities, but also the risks that technology brings. Some of you I know had the opportunity to have an exclusive screening of The Searching. Has anyone, hands up if you managed to see the film? Great.
A couple of people.
Good.
Nice.
For those that you didn't, here is the trailer.
Let's take a picture. 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna watch the audience.
Hey, sweetheart. Where are you?
Study group as you get back.
Oh, one more thing. I want to know about the final you took today.
Leave me a message or text me back.
Hi, sweetheart. Just checking in because it looks like you already left for school this morning. Hey, Margot. Dad again. Why did you leave your laptop at home? I haven't been able to reach Margot. Wait, you can't find Margot?
Study group only went till 9.
She said it was going all night.
No, she definitely left at 9.
Like a
Authorities are asking anyone with information to please call the hotline or 911 immediately.
Update me whenever you learn something.
Did she mention anything unusual going on lately?
We're not really that close.
You guys are friends.
Kind of.
She has friends, right?
She keeps to herself a lot.
She's quiet.
I did see her eat lunch alone.
On Thursday?
Every day.
She made an outgoing transaction of $2,500.
Margot picked up an ID a few days ago.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's time to start considering that Margot ran away.
I know my daughter. She did not run away.
This is it. Best place in the world to do nothing.
This is her keychain. You told me she ran away?
The vehicle was discovered late last night.
$2,500 in cash was found.
Something doesn't add up.
Has anyone considered that it was an absolute stranger?
You can't see things clearly.
All I'm trying to do is to help you find my daughter.
We need nothing from you.
Where were you the night my daughter went missing?
Wow. So I managed to watch the whole thing and I was hooked right until the end. Really gripping stuff. So let's get straight into the discussion. Anish, I want to ask you a little bit about actually your background and how that influenced the way you decided to tell the story.
Yeah. First of all, hey guys, I'm Anish. I'm the co-writer and director of the movie. So I used to work at Google, which is sort of the background to all of this thing. So I used to work at Creative Lab at Google, if any of you guys are familiar with it. It's a department of Google that's creative. And I used to work specifically in their advertising arm, so I was writing, developing, and directing commercials there for a couple of years. A lot of Google commercials, their whole objective is to sort of like take technology and frame it in a very narrative device and to make it feel emotional and stuff. So really it was at Google and it was at the Creative Lab with my bosses where, you know, I learned that you don't need to necessarily see someone's face or show an establishing shot or a reaction shot to make people feel. You know, you could just show a search bar and still make someone cry if you move the mouse the right way, or make someone afraid if the cursor starts like loading too long at the right spot. So I think like learning that it is still possible to feel the way that you feel in a normal movie with normal parameters, except with totally unconventional parameters, was a really, really exciting thing there. And basically, I stole everything that I learned and applied it directly to this movie.
From Google?
From Google, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And out of interest, have you had any calls from your former colleagues? And
yeah.
What's the reaction been?
I showed it to them actually last month in New York and basically told them, like, these are all the things that I stole from you and that you'll never be able to do again in a commercial. But no, they were very proud. You know, again, I kept crediting them for teaching me so much. So they're very, very proud and very happy. And they play the trailer now in the background of The Office all the time. It's just on a loop. But it's muted because that would get annoying over time.
And no luck with getting one of those Google Doodles for the film yet, you know, on the homepage?
Yeah.
You don't have that much influence?
I do not have that much influence.
But that's a great idea.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
If anyone's here from Google,
From the
let's
Doodle
meet.
team, yeah.
And Seb, we've never been, as a society, more connected to our devices. Why did you feel that this story needed to be told, and particularly now?
So, I mean, the quick background and how it all came together, which should answer your question, is Anish and I, being writing partners, I co-wrote the script with them and I produced it. We had an opportunity with the production company that had made a film on a computer screen previously called Unfriended. And they were interested in Anish and I pitching them a short film that would take place on devices. So we thought of Searching as a short film, 8 minutes, and we presented it to them. And, you know, initially we were worried that they wanted us to make it into a feature, which we were not interested in doing that because, you know, who would want to make a whole movie on a computer screen,
real
right?
movie, you know?
Exactly. So we went and we pitched the short film to them. And they said that they didn't want to make it as a short, that they'd rather make it as a movie, that they would want me to produce it, Anish to direct it, for both of us to write it, and they were willing to give us a lot of money to do that. I imagine you guys have probably gone out there to try and raise money yourselves. And so when they asked us if we wanted to do that, Anish's response was no. Which was the weirdest thing I've ever said. Like, it was an instinctual reaction because, like, no first-time filmmaker ever in the history of filmmakers ever gets offered money to say, hey, here's all of the creative freedom and the money to make a movie.
But in the moment, it felt like what we would be doing would be taking a concept that we were only being asked to make because another movie was a hit or because we could, as opposed to it actually having like artistic merit. And we watched a lot of these movies that took place on screens, and nothing ever felt cinematic or emotional or engaging. And for us, if we were to ever do this movie, it needed to be all three of those things at the very least. And then one day, about a month and a half later, Sev texts me and saying, I have an idea for an opening scene. And then I text him back and like, I have an idea for an opening scene. And we call each other up and we pitch each other the exact same opening scene, which for the 4 of you guys who raised your hands in the audience who saw the film, you'll know what I'm talking about. But for the rest of you guys, it's a very, very specific scene that is like, shows completely how emotional and engaging and cinematic the movie can be. And all of a sudden, it felt like we had an opportunity to make a movie that felt like nobody had seen before. And so I basically quit that job at Google, moved back to LA, and we started work on that movie.
Wow, wow. And I know, Seb, the excitement is just it's coming out of you, isn't it? You're so excited about this, and it was a great
Absolutely.
Natalie, what has the reaction been so far to this? Because it is unique, isn't it?
Yes. Well, the expectation started here. It's like people are like, a movie on a computer screen, how do you do that? But the reaction has been huge, and it's been so rewarding for us because we made the movie for not that much money, and with very few people, much like a startup. And
yeah,
basically, you know, the 3 of us, we shot the film in 13 days. And again, for those of you that have seen it, there's, you know, and you guys have just seen the trailer, there's some stunts and there's like car chases and some big set pieces, but we had 13 days to shoot it, which is not very much. And then we spent a year in post-production, basically the 3 of us and our 2 incredible editors. And so to go from, you know, just a tiny edit room and then to take it to Sundance where we had our world premiere and just to get the response that we did in that theater, let alone to have Sony come up and buy the movie, literally, what was it, like 12 hours later? We were like up all night. Yeah, it's been incredible. You know, like as independent filmmakers, this is the dream to have the cast that we got and, you know, to work with incredible collaborators. And now the movie's going to be like all over the world. It's completely mind-blowing to us. Yeah. It's insane.
Well, let's speak to some of that amazing cast. And John, let's start with you. You play this father who actually is quite tech-savvy compared to some fathers. I think the only thing you didn't know was Tumblr, but I'm sure we could forgive you for that. Can you tell us a little bit what it was like playing that character, and particularly a father who discovers a lot that he didn't know about his daughter?
I suppose it was kind of... it was easy for me to relate. I have children of my own. They're not quite old enough to be on social media, but with my 10-year-old, I can already sort of feel him individuating himself and trying to distance himself from me. And so, you know, the nightmare is you don't know your daughter. And I think the double tragedy in this movie is he discovers that his daughter is physically missing and then has to go into is compelled to go into her computer to look for clues. And when he gets into her computer and starts investigating who she is, discovers that she was gone long before she was physically gone. And so I think that's the emotional crux of the movie, and I think it's something that all parents can relate to. Like, who is this person in your house? Sometimes with teenagers, it's a genuine mystery.
What are you hoping, parents in the audience and parents watching this, and maybe even teens as well, what are you hoping they will take away from this?
I suppose first and foremost, this is a thriller, and it's why I signed on to do it. And I didn't have any interest particularly in accomplishing and breaking new ground in cinema, which is what this team ended up doing. It was the script first and foremost in the story. If that didn't work, if the emotional through line wasn't there, I don't think the movie works at all. Then it's a gimmick. But it was a story of a father or family trying to become whole again that was interesting. then the challenge was, can we do it in this new format?